Do you think Mr Pickles is patronising the Muslim community?
Well, I have to confess, I haven't read the letter myself.
Well, what are you doing in politics? Come on, everyone's talking about it. It's the middle of the afternoon and you still haven't read this.
Well, with the greatest of respect, Dermot, I wasn't told that you were going to ask me about this, but since you've asked the question, let me answer it. I actually think this isn't just an issue for the Muslim community. I represent a large number of Muslim constituents, and of course the Muslim community, as I think many across the political spectrum, I think Sajid Javid has said some quite sensible things on this. Of course this is something for the Muslim community to tackle, but also for all of us, it's something that we have to tackle more widely. And when I say to tackle, what am I talking about? Of course, there's absolutely no excuse for those people who perpetrate terrorist acts, not just here, but obviously we've seen what's been happening in France. But I think ultimately you want to you also got to look at the context, which is why are French or British-born Muslims doing these things in our countries, and we've got to look at some of the wider issues involved there. So I do think, yes, there is a special responsibility for the Muslim community, but I think it's something for all of us too.
Let's get back to the point. I'll read you some of the letter because you haven't read it yet. You, as faith leaders, says Mr Pickles, are in a unique position in our society. This is to Muslim leaders. You have a precious opportunity and an important responsibility in explaining and demonstrating how faith in Islam can be part of British identity. The response from some Muslim leaders is that is patronising. The Prime Minister says it is reasonable. Which is it for you?
I think actually lots of people in the Muslim community, I gave an address to the Muslim Council of Britain last year at one of their annual dinners. I think a lot of people are actually doing that already and seeking to marry up and illustrate how Muslim values are actually British values too.
So it's patronising?
I'm not sure I would use the word patronising for the simple reason that I haven't actually read the letter.
Right.
But you and I can have this debate if you want, but the wider and bigger issue for us is how do we ensure that young Muslim people who are being...
Do you want to come back on in half an hour's time? I mean, it doesn't take long to read the letter and then we'll have this discussion. Patronising.
Well, Dermot, I think you're being a bit ridiculous right now, and your viewers can form their own. Your viewers can form their own views. I was asked to come and speak about David Cameron's speech on the economy and what was happening around the labour market. Nobody told me that I was going to come onto this programme and asked to agree whether I thought that the government was patronising Muslim people and Muslim leaders. I'm not just going to speak off-piece without actually having read a letter. I don't think you're being terribly fair. Your viewers can make their own decision.
So you're not going to speak until you get the party line right. OK, well, we'll have to end it there. As Shadow Business Secretary, thank you very much indeed.